What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be diving into the co-op mode for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new Call of Duty releasing this October straight from Infinity Ward and with cross-platform gameplay. So I wanted to talk about this specific tweet from Charlie Intel because my last video was pretty damn long. I didn't want to go into further detail about this in that video, but in terms of their tweet, they said, for those asking, Activision refused to answer any questions about Battle Royale in Call of Duty Modern Warfare during our visit. So this doesn't confirm or deny a Battle Royale for Modern Warfare, but as I briefly went over in my previous video where I recapped everything in this new Call of Duty, it almost feels like with the rumors about a free-to-play component for this year's Call of Duty, with those rumors, it makes perfect sense to have a free-to-play and a separate download of a Modern Warfare Battle Royale. Even when Blackout was announced, I always thought about the fact that if a Modern Warfare Battle Royale ever happened, it makes sense because there are so many iconic locations from the Modern Warfare trilogy. There are so many iconic weapons, characters, vehicles that it perfectly makes sense to have a Battle Royale for the Modern Warfare universe at least once. If you're gonna do Battle Royale, 2 to 3 times, it makes sense to have a Black Ops Battle Royale, and it makes sense to have a Modern Warfare Battle Royale. And with Call of Duty Mobile, we're gonna be seeing a Battle Royale with locations from both the Black Ops and Modern Warfare universe, so it's almost a crossover. So let's say theoretically Fortnite is still the hottest shit for the next 3 or 4 years. There's no doubt in my mind that not only will Modern Warfare get its own Battle Royale, but we'll eventually see a massive and huge Battle Royale, even bigger than Blackout, bigger than things we've seen, where it's a crossover between the Black Ops and Modern Warfare universe. There is no doubt in my mind, as much as I don't want that to happen, because I'm not a big Battle Royale fan, I'm just a big Call of Duty fan, as much as I don't want that to happen, it's almost inevitable if Fortnite stays on top. That's just my opinion, but I wouldn't be disappointed if we saw at least one version of a Modern Warfare Battle Royale. It doesn't have to be the big crossover like Call of Duty Mobile, but at least one Modern Warfare Battle Royale where you have snowmobiles, you're on these icy mountains, you have locations like Rust and Terminal, and all these places like Hard Hat. So many iconic locations from these beloved Modern Warfare entries. If you have that, I think it'll work. But in terms of what the free-to-play component could be, that rumor could be incorrect. As I said in my previous video, that rumor could be referring to a free-to-play component for the next Call of Duty 2020, Black Ops 5. That could be where the free-to-play component is going to be implemented. Maybe it's not Modern Warfare. Maybe the leaker doesn't have accurate information, or the information was at one point correct and is now outdated because plans have changed. As I've also said before in many other videos, the agenda for Call of Duty that Activision currently has is changing by the minute. We have so many plans and details and storylines and crossovers that were completely scrapped behind the scenes and reworked into something new. We had Black Ops 4 having a campaign that was almost too outlandish for the Call of Duty community, according to Activision. You then had a different zombies experience. You then got a Battle Royale shoehorned in. You then have Raven stepping in because Sledgehammer's understaffed to make a new Call of Duty. You have Raven stepping in, and then all of a sudden they both get the boot, and Treyarch takes over that. There are so many crazy things happening behind the scenes right now with the Call of Duty franchise, but I have no doubt in my mind they're going to regroup, rethink the entire storyline, the entire franchise, the entire DLC model, and make it what the community desperately wants it to be. So with that being said, in terms of what this upcoming co-op mode could be, sure, it could be Battle Royale, and it makes sense as to why. Fortnite's still very popular. Blackout may not have performed the way they wanted it to, but it's very clear that it didn't perform the way they wanted it to because it didn't have enough dev time. It was rushed. It didn't look too pretty. I may love it, but for the majority of the community, there wasn't enough content in it. And I personally think there's just the right amount of content in it, maybe missing a couple of character missions and some other cool features. But aside from that, I think it's pretty polished and pretty impressive for something that was made in only 9 months. Imagine how much better Blackout would be if they were given the full 2.5 to 3 years to actually make that Battle Royale experience. So with the fact that this Modern Warfare entry has been worked on for nearly 5 years, the game itself is pretty much complete from what I know. So with that being said, they have plenty of time to then put together a Battle Royale experience, and they may already have started on it, but they have plenty of time to polish it to the point where it surpasses the expectations that Blackout set. So let me know what you think of that down below in the comments. But once again, just as a reminder, I'm a Call of Duty fan. fan. I'm not really a fan of Battle Royale, but I only love Blackout because it's in the Black Ops universe, and I'm a big Call of Duty fan. So besides that, I would prefer this free-to-play component to be something completely new, something completely unexpected. But in terms of some other theories I have for this free-to-play component, I also felt like it could be a separate download which features something along the lines of Ghost Recon Wildlands, a massive cooperative experience with vehicles, very specific missions, and similar to Spec Ops in a way, but with a very interactive world with so many interactions you can make with other players and AI. There's so much potential for something like that I feel like, if updated throughout the entire course of Modern Warfare's life cycle, could be something so unique, so innovative, and so helpful to revive the Call of Duty community, which I feel right now is on a very steady decline after some very disappointing microtransaction systems that were implemented in Black Ops 4. So people felt like they were promised content they didn't get, they were getting microtransactions shoved down their throat, content locked behind paywalls, you had broken stability, so many issues with the recent Call of Duty that people are losing hope. It's very apparent. So I think if they were to pull something off that is so different and so unique, something we've been wanting for years, they could definitely bring a lot of people back. So with that being said, if it's not anything that I just predicted, I have absolutely no idea. There were funny rumors about dinosaurs, a revamp or reboot of Extinction. I have no idea what they could do, but with the marketing we have right now from PlayStation, it almost doesn't sound like the co-op mode that has already been confirmed. It doesn't sound like that co-op mode is anywhere near a free-to-play component. It sounds like it's part of the price you pay for the core game, for the disc, for the digital download, however you want to purchase the game. That's what it sounds like, but I could be wrong. At any minute, they could be like, well, there are actually two co-op experiences, and one of them is free to play, the other one is paid for on disc or with your digital purchase. They could easily pull that off, and I would definitely understand why. Very smart marketing. In terms of when we could possibly hear about this co-op experience, my best bet is a teaser at E3. So maybe at E3, it'll be a full-fledged Modern Warfare gameplay reveal with multiplayer, with some campaign bits, some interviews with devs, and then at the very end of that little panel, you get a teaser for what the co-op experience is, and then maybe we'll get a full-fledged reveal of the co-op experience at some time in August at Gamescom or some other event where it would be relevant to reveal such a big event or such a big game mode like that. So we have no idea what's going on, but also keep in mind back in World War II, they had no idea, at least to us, that we would be getting Nazi zombies later that year. It probably wasn't anywhere near finished to actually reveal to the community, but they described it as a high-octane co-op experience, and the image they provided with that was just a picture of some soldiers. So there was nothing about that was screaming zombies, but at the time it was very apparent, and Activision was persistent on making sure that zombies was featured in every single Call of Duty, no matter who the devs were. And it seems like they realized that's a big mistake because other devs just can't pull off zombies the same way Treyarch can. They can't pull in the numbers for DLC. No matter if you enjoyed IW or World War II or not, it wasn't pulling in the numbers they needed to be impressed and to continue requesting for more zombies from each dev. That's a fact. So with that being said, Activision's overlooking that and realizing that they need to do something different. Leave the zombies to Treyarch, let other devs do something unique, something more profitable, something that has a bigger player base, and I think they're going to pull that off with this year's Modern Warfare. So with the image we have now of this new co-op experience, it could easily be a placeholder for something that'll be completely different once the co-op mode is actually revealed. So take that with a grain of salt. We have no idea if that's even reflecting what the co-op mode is going to look like. Could just be a placeholder, as I said, but without a doubt, I think Activision is definitely going to deliver with Infinity Ward this year, and I'm really looking forward to what they pull off with the upcoming gameplay reveal trailers. But that's about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all thoughts down below in the comments section, and peace out, everyone.